Welcome to episode 2, everyone. That one time out of 3, I almost died in this trip. But definitely worthy of views like this. Up above the clouds and above where helicopters fly. But hold on tight, everyone, because this episode is literally about to make your heart stop.
Alright, we're almost at the top of this hike. And we're gonna have to hike that tiny area to get to the peak. And the view up in here is absolutely stunning.
Let's adventure, everyone. This is Maui season, episode 2. We start our adventures in Maui, Hawaii in today's episode by taking our early drive from our first camping spot in Haiku to this gorgeous beach I found to catch that first dreamy, doors open to the beach sunrise coffee at Coral Beach. From there, we take our hotel room to the first adventure of this trip, the Waihee Ridge Trail. A level hard, about 5-mile hike reaching 1,600 feet of altitude where supposedly you get to the heavens picnic table, as I like to call it. Now, will I make it there? Only the end of the episode will be able to tell. But as some would say, the best part is the journey and not the destination. Let's see if you agree. Hi, my name is Selena, but you can call me Sally. And welcome to my channel, Let's Adventure. The mornings in the van started early on this trip, but to be honest, that's already my routine when I travel to Hawaii, since I live on the East Coast. 4 to 5 a.m. to me is like 10 to 11. And if you come from the West Coast, that time will feel like 7, 8 a.m. And I live for catching sunrises and sunsets when I'm in Hawaii. So my routine was to wake up around 4 or 5 a.m., drive to my pre-planned sunrise spot, and enjoy that French pressed coffee. That's something that this trip has changed me. Now I make French pressed coffee with the macadamia Hawaiian coffee I brought home every day at home in Florida. And I guess that's a way to keep that aloha spirit and memories in my routine life. To the Waihee Ridge Trail, let's dive into some fun facts about this incredible hike. The Waihee Ridge Trail is located in the lush West Maui Mountains, also known as Mauna Kahalawai. This mountain range is one of the oldest volcanic structures on Maui, which its origins dating back over 2 million years. Can you believe that? The trail itself is challenging, but trust me, the views are totally worth it. All right, everyone, it is time for the first hike of this trip, so let's get packing. With the great opportunity to do a picnic, we're gonna do like a charcuterie board, but in a plastic bag. So I got some prosciutto, cheese, grapes, of course, some water and sunblock, and I figured we were ready for this hike. Unfortunately, one thing to be aware in this area is that there are a lot of cars break-ins. So do your best to not leave any belongings showing in the front window and just be aware of your surroundings. For me, this hike felt more like playing a video game, where you have to pass several phases. Well, this is phase 1, where you have to get through the cows. At the very entrance of the trail, you'll find these warning signs. This trail is not for the faint of heart. As the name says, it rides the ridge of the mountain and the floor can break underneath you. But stick with me as I'll give you a couple of options for you to turn around and still have the best view and experience in this hike. This is the beginning of the trailhead, where you'll climb 500 yards of a very steep concrete road. The views are already rewarding at this point, since you start the hike at 1,000 feet of altitude. All right, everyone, we're about to cross to the second phase of this hike. Going through the second fence, this is the start of the switchbacks through the cook pine, eucalyptus, strawberry, guava forest. And this, everyone, is the easiest and most enjoyable part of this hike. Historically, this area was home to native Hawaiian farmers who cultivated taro and other crops. By the way, have you tried taro? It's a must in this trip. The lush valleys and abundant rainfall made it an ideal location for agriculture. Today, you can still see remnants of ancient Hawaiian terraces along the trail, a reminder of the island's rich cultural history. And you can enjoy this beautiful view from the easiest part of the hike still. And keep on going some more. This point view right here is one of the most beautiful views in this hike. And definitely doable in the part that it's still easy, kinda, sorta part of the hike. If you go a little further, you get to the official first viewpoint and breathtaking views of the valley. I recommend you turn around here if you're not an experienced hiker or if you didn't bring any hiking sticks like me. This is before mile 1, by the way. Now let's figure out how I'm gonna make it to the top of this since there's still miles to go with no hiking sticks. What was I thinking? I read about bringing hiking sticks, bought them, but couldn't fit them in my luggage, so I decided I've done these hikes in Hawaii before. Maybe those tips were just for beginners. Well, it turns out I definitely needed those hiking sticks today. The trail is definitely challenging when it starts getting narrower, and the walking terrain after this point is definitely not flat. This part right here is what I call the Moana phase. I just felt like her climbing to the top of the mountain in Maui and looking at this beautiful view. Now the next phase is climbing some steps to a little upgrade of the view we had before, literally above the clouds and helicopters. How amazing! Now, let's play a game. I've been talking about all the phases of this hike. How many phases you think this is gonna be? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll let you all know the answer.
I can lead with pride, I can make us strong. All right, we're almost at the top of this hike. And we're gonna have to hike that tiny, tiny area to get to the peak. And the view up in here is absolutely stunning. All right, let's go to the end.
Proper hiking shoes are a must, y'all. And no, they'll get pretty dirty after this hike. Check the link I left in the descriptions of this video with my recommended gear, especially the recommended sticks that I did not bring.
So we climbed so high, they were literally in the clouds. And there's still more to go. You can even see because it's more up in the clouds. Let's go.
At this point, even though I couldn't see nothing down there, I couldn't believe what I was about to see in front of me. We've made it to the picnic table, everyone!
To be honest, I didn't think that I would, but I did. The famous picnic table, picnic in the clouds. Guys, we're in the clouds. Cheers. So if we thought it was hard to come up, try going down the rain and mud. I gotta say that coming down was a lot harder than going up because you could slide down the mountain literally on the way down, so I had to slow down. I still fell about 3 times on my butt, and it was quite scary because you're right at the edge of the mountain. So yeah, those walking sticks were really needed. I ended up finding this one, submerged in mud, but you know, sometimes you gotta make some life choices. And I finally made all the way down. I was never so happy to see cows. As I drive down this mountain, I can't help but to reflect on how hiking is a lot like life. There are times when the path is clear and the journey feels easy, but then there are moments when it gets muddy, slippery, and tough. Just like on this hike, we all face obstacles and falls. It's in those moments that we must slow down, find our footing, and sometimes lean on unexpected resources like that muddy stick I found on the ground. Each challenge, no matter how tough the climb, remember that every step brings you closer to your goal.
If the wind in my sail on the sea sees behind me, one day I'll know how far I'll go.
Excuse me? Excuse me, I need to go right there to check the doors of the van. Yeah, can you move?
There's one more stop I still want to show you that I went after this hike. Come with me. On the way to our new camping spot, I made a stop at McGregor Point, which is located at the west side of Maui, on its southern point, right below the south entrance for the Lahaina Pali Trail, a trail where you hike alongside the wind turbines, a beautiful hike and sunset experience. McGregor Point is one of Maui's hidden gems, offering stunning views of the ocean and a perfect spot for whale watching during the season. Sadly, I was there out of season, so despite scanning the horizon multiple times, I didn't spot any whales this time. But I got breathtaking views of the Haleakala volcano on the other side. The good news is that this spot is super accessible, no hiking required, just off of the highway with plenty of parking. McGregor Point is home to a historic lighthouse built in 1915 to guide ships safely to shore. Whether you're here for whale watching or just soaking in these views, this is a must-visit stopping spot on your Maui adventure. We wrapped up this unforgettable day by making an easy Hawaiian chicken salad sandwich, perfect for a quick fix in the camper van. I used those heavenly Hawaiian rolls, and of course, I made some poke mimosa to go with it. Then I added some chicken salad and a salad mix, and voila! That's what I call an easy dinner with a view. Alright, so every day in the van I've been meeting different people that just come here and talk to me, and today I met...
My name is Jack.
Hi Jack, how are you? Aloha.
Aloha.
On our next episode, I will share with you all about this routine, living on a hotel on wheels, or your hotel room, as I like to say, during your travels. So stay tuned. There's also this secret and very exciting project I'm working on. I'll share some details with you. That's it for today, everyone. Have a good night, adventures. I'll see you on next episode.